Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the closing bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Scarlett Fu.
So S&P 500, folks, most names in the index lower today. 316 Katie to the downside, 185 to the upside, and 3 unchanged.
Similar story when you take a look at the sectors in terms of the breadth performance. You did finish in the green, but you only had 4 sectors actually rising on this Monday, the first trading day of November. Consumer discretionary, that's just another word for tech, with Amazon having a heavyweight there. You did see tech perform as well. So too did healthcare and utilities. What didn't do too hot today, materials, consumer staples, and financials, some of your biggest losers on the sector level, Carol. All
right, let's get to some of the individual gainers. Got to mention Amazon, up 4% by the close for a 2-day gain of just about 15%. Analysts raising price targets for Amazon since the company reported earnings last week. 45 raising price targets by an average of 11%, no cutting their price targets. And then, of course, you had their cloud unit doing a mega deal, $38 billion deal to supply a slice of OpenAI's bottomless demand for computing power. And we did see the stock definitely jumping on that news. So we continue to see that. Hey, kind of.
What exactly are all these servers doing, by the way?
We just talked to Mandeep Singh, and I'm like, are there servers sitting empty just waiting? And he's like, no, the build out continues. You see supply constraints. We saw that with some of the hyperscalers last week, that they just can't meet demand, and yet you're seeing some strong numbers. We certainly saw that with Alphabet. So I don't know. The ROI and the demand is still there. So I don't know. We're trying to figure that out, too. On a related matter, Cipher Mining, I want to bring up. They also finished with quite a rally, up as much as 34% in today's session, finishing with a gain of about 22%. This company signed a $5.5 billion 15-year lease agreement with Amazon to provide turnkey space and power for AI workloads. So again, that AI build and spend, as you mentioned, Romaine, continuing. And then I got to mention Kenvue, up about 12%. This has Kimberly Clark agreed to buy the company for roughly $40 billion. A lot of questions about that one in terms of the Tylenol exposure. We'll have to see how that one plays out. But nonetheless, some outperformance there.
Kimberly Clark investors have a lot of questions about this deal. That's where I want to start with today's decliners. Look at this. Kimberly Clark down 14.6%. This is the worst single day going back to October of 1987. Do you guys remember what happened in October of 1987?
I do, actually, but I don't want to spoil it for you.
Black Monday.
Yes.
This is the worst day going back to October 19th, 1987. Kimberly Clark shares slumping. The company agreed to buy Kenvue in cash and stock deal, an enterprise value of $48.7 billion.
I'm gonna read up on that.
What's that?
Black Monday?
You need that was before I was born.
You're still stuck.
Oh, yeah.
We were,
Wait,
Romaine, we were born. Katie was not.
God.
Yeah.
He's pulling your leg.
Okay. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. We got some more decliners.
Now you know why they're exiling you
I feel like
tomorrow.
I feel like we spent a lot of time on this deal already. Okay, so we know what's going on. Charter Communication shares also falling today, 5% lower. KeyBank Capital Markets downgraded the cable company to sector weight from overweight, and then 9 analysts since the company came out with earnings on Friday have cut price targets by an average of 17%. No analysts raised their price targets. Shares taking a hit by 5% today, and rare earth stocks also in the red today, focusing specifically on MP Materials, falling 8.6%. The White House announced that China will effectively suspend implementation of additional export controls on rare earth metals. Still, MP Materials up 280% so far this year.
Palantir earnings crossing the wire right now. The stock hit a record high in the cash session. Looks like it's higher here in the after-hours trade. Adjusted EPS in the most recent quarter, a big beat, 21 cents a share. The street was looking for 17 cents. Revenue coming in at about $1.2 billion. The street looking for 1.1. Here's your guidance. The company says that for its fourth quarter, it sees revenue basically at $1.33 billion. The street was looking for $1.2 billion. The company also says that it expects for the full year to close out the full year here with operating profit of $2.15 to $2.16 billion. Also well above street estimates. That average was at about $1.93 billion. So looks like a beat and raise quarter here for, of course, one of the biggest darlings in the market right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems like the raise is particularly what's exciting the shares after hours. As you said, boosting their full year revenue forecast. You can see shares up by about about 4.5% after hours, Tim, which is pretty amazing when you consider that this company was up more than 170% through today's close through 2025. So the expectations were high, but the first blush read here is that this is more good news.
Alex Karp, talking about the good news, he's the co-founder and CEO of Palantir. He says year-over-year growth in our U.S. business surged to 77%. Year-over-year growth in U.S. commercial climbed to 121%. We are yet again announcing the highest sequential quarterly revenue growth guide in our company's history, representing 61% year-over-year growth. Shares up another 2% in the after hours.
Top quiz. Palantir is not the best performing stock in the S&P 500, despite the fact that it's up 170-something%.
What is?
Okay, well, that was the quiz for you, Carol. I guess you're not good at quizzes. It's Robinhood, which is up about 300%.
Your toes, they're tough. Yeah. Hey, listen, Palantir was looking, the expectations were for revenue growth of about 50%. So we actually saw revenue increase 63% to that $1.18 billion in the period ending in September. So that was some outperformance. I'm just looking at Lizette Chapman writing through. So raising its annual revenue outlook to $4.4 billion and outpaced analyst estimates for third quarter sales, citing accelerating and otherworldly growth for its AI and data analytics products. So again, that AI trade alive and kicking for a stock, as you mentioned, remain up 173% year to date.
We'll continue to follow Palantir. Let's quickly, though, talk about Hims & Hers Health reporting earnings. Their third quarter revenue beat estimates as well. You take a look at the look ahead. They see fourth quarter adjusted EBITDA between $55 million to $65 million. The estimate had been for $74 million. So a bit disappointing relative to expectations when it comes to the look ahead. Hims & Hers Health, one of your big outperformers this year, up more than 80%. You take a look at the after hours trade, though, for Hims & Hers Health. A bit of a spike lower, but traders deciding what to do.
All right. Yeah. And this is a stock that certainly has bounced a bunch. Hey, Palantir, just a quick check, guys, up about 3% here in the aftermarket.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.